Investiture of the Gods, Chapter 57.
Let's start with Suhu. He's the Marquis of Jizu. He gets this royal decree.
It does. An order straight from King Zhu, lead a massive campaign, crush the rebellion in Western Qi.
And the king lays it on thick. Praise, promises.
Oh, absolutely. Lavish praise. Promises of huge rewards, more land, more authority. The works, if he succeeds.
Sounds like a dream job for a loyal general. You'd think he'd be thrilled, or at least dutiful.
You would think. But the sources, they immediately show us something else entirely. It says Suhu is secretly overjoyed. Ecstatic, even.
Overjoyed? To lead a dangerous campaign. Why?
Because he sees it as a gift, a chance, and he actually thinks of it in these terms, to wash away his grievance.
Okay, grievance. What's the grievance? This is key, isn't it?
It's huge, and it's deeply personal, deeply humiliating. Suhu is Daji's father.
The Daji, the one notorious for corrupting King Zhu.
The very one. He believes this vile woman, as the text calls her, has completely disgraced his family, ruined their name.
So because of his daughter's actions at court, he feels hated by everyone.
Exactly. The sources say he believes all the other nobles despise him. He's seen as the father of the rot in the kingdom. It's unbearable for him.
Wow, okay. So he's trapped. If he fights loyally for Zhu, he's still Daji's father. If he rebels openly, well, that's treason.
Precisely. So what does he do? He comes up with this incredibly risky political escape plan.
An escape plan disguised as a military campaign.
That's it. He looks at the situation King Wu of Zhu in the West. He calls him the benevolent sage.
And he sees the writing on the wall politically.
Yeah, the sources even state 2/3 of the kingdom belongs to Western Zhu already. King Zhu's power is crumbling. Suhu knows it.
So he decides the only way to salvage his honor is to switch sides.
Right, but he can't just desert. He needs to make it look, well, legitimate somehow.
So the plan is...
use the king's own order against him. March out with the army, banners flying.
Wait, he takes his family. The sources say he takes his son, Kwansong, and his wife, Lady Yang, with him into a military camp.
He does. It's an enormous gamble. He's betting everything on King Wu, accepting his surrender immediately.
So he plans to march up to Western Qi and just surrender the whole army.
The whole force, his family, everything. He wants to arrive and immediately defect to King Wu to, quote, share the peace.
It's all about saving his reputation, joining the side he sees as righteous.
Exactly. It's a performance of loyalty to King Zhu, but the real audience is King Wu and the future.
And he commits fully to the appearance of loyalty, doesn't he? 100,000 troops, that's not a token force.
Not at all. 100,000 men. He brings his trusted generals, Zhao Bing, Sun Ziyu, Chen Guang.
And crucially, this specialist officer, Zhang Lun. We need to remember that name.
Absolutely. Zhang Lun becomes pivotal. So Suhu marches out. This massive, seemingly loyal army heads towards Western Qi.
Okay, so they arrive. What's the reaction in Western Qi? Zhang Zia, the prime minister, he must get intelligence reports.
He does. Scouts report Suhu's massive army setting up camp. Zia isn't panicked, but he needs intel. He needs to understand Suhu's true intention.
So he turns to the guy who knows Suhu best.
Right, Wang Feihu, the martial success king. He'd recently defected from King Zhu himself, so he knows the court, knows the players.
And what's Feihu's assessment? Does he think Suhu is serious about attacking?
Feihu is quite confident. He tells Zia that Suhu is rigidly straight, not a flatterer, always hated the situation with Daji and King Zhu.
So Feihu believes he wants to defect.
Yes. He assures Zia, no doubt, Suhu will come over to their side eventually. He just needs the right opportunity, the right cover.
And Suhu's actions seem to back this up immediately.
They do. An attacking general should issue a challenge right away, shouldn't they?
Absolutely. Standard procedure.
But Suhu waits. For 3 whole days, he just sits there, doesn't request battle.
That's unusual. A clear signal, almost.
Feihu certainly sees it that way. It confirms his prediction. So Feihu thinks, okay, this is just political theater. I'll go out myself, call for Suhu, maybe we can talk, start the defection process.
Makes sense. But here's where the plan starts to unravel, doesn't it?
Big time. Because while Suhu has this secret plan, his subordinates are completely in the dark. They think they're on a loyal mission for King Zhu.
So when Feihu rides out calling for Suhu...
It's not Suhu who answers. It's one of his generals. Zhao Bing.
Oh, dear. And Zhao Bing is presumably a loyalist.
Completely. He rides out, sees Wang Feihu, a famous general who did betray King Zhu, and starts yelling accusations. Traitor! You caused all this misery!
So instead of a quiet political chat, we get a duel.
A fierce one. But Wang Feihu is a seasoned warrior. The sources say after only about 20 rounds.
He captures Zhao Bing alive.
Skillfully captures him alive, yes. Takes him back to Jiangxia.
And Zhao Bing still defiant.
Totally. Refuses to kneel. Basically says, I followed my king's orders. I expect to die. Do it.
What does Xia do? This complicates things.
Xia's smart. He's still hoping Fei Hu is right about Su Hu, so he doesn't execute Zhao Bing. He just orders him in prison for the time being. Keep him safe, see what happens next.
But this is a disaster for Su Hu's plan. He wanted to defect to Fei Hu, and now his own general has fought Fei Hu and gotten captured.
Exactly. Su Hu must be tearing his hair out. His own man's loyalty and competence are actively sabotaging his secret defection.
He's troubled by the capture, the sources say, and that's when the other general steps up.
That's when Zheng Lun enters the picture. He sees Zhao Bing captured, sees Su Hu is concerned, and says, Don't worry, Marquis. Tomorrow, I will capture Huang Feihu.
Uh-oh. And Zheng Lun, he's different.
Very different. This is where the battlefield shifts from conventional fighting to something else.
Tell us about him. The description in the text is pretty vivid, isn't it?
It really is. Face like a purple-ray jujube. So, dark reddish purple. Fierce looking. He rides this incredible mount, a fiery-eyed, golden-furred beast.
Okay, not your standard horse.
Not at all. And he wields a devil-subduing mace. Plus, he commands a special unit. 3,000 crow soldiers.
Crow soldiers. Sounds ominous. So he's clearly marked as something special, maybe supernatural.
Definitely presented that way.
Yeah.
This isn't just another general, he's a specialist.
So the next day, Zheng Lun rides out. Huang Feihu accepts the challenge.
Yes, Fei Hu comes out again, they fight. And it's a proper fight, initially. 30 rounds, the text says, good back and forth.
Conventional combat.
For a time. But then Zheng Lun decides it's time. He maneuvers his mace, signals his crow soldiers. They form this weird long snake formation.
Okay, tactical shift. But then comes the weird part.
A really weird part. The source says 2 beams of white light shoot out from Zheng Lun's nostrils.
From his nostrils, not a weapon.
From his nostrils. And accompanying the light is this huge booming sound, described simply as hum.
White light and a loud hum sound. What does that do to Feihu?
It's devastating. It's described as a kind of spiritual or sensory attack. Feihu sees the light, hears the sound, and instantly his 3 souls dispersed. He's completely disoriented, spiritually shattered.
So he just falls.
Falls right off his divine ox mount, helpless. The crow soldiers just swarm forward and capture him.
Wow. Feihu's reaction is quoted, isn't it? Something like he can't believe it.
Yeah, he says something like, this capture is like a dream. My heart is truly unconvinced. He was beaten, but not in a way that makes martial sense to him. It's baffling.
Okay, this is a game changer. Huang Feihu, the martial success king, captured by nasal light.
Pretty much. And the news hits the Western Qi camp hard. Feihu's son, Huang Tianhua, is enraged.
Naturally. He wants revenge, wants to rescue his father.
Immediately. He steps forward, demands to challenge Zheng Lun. And the text has a really interesting detail here about Tianhua.
What's that?
It calls him a Xiqi, a Taoist adept, basically. Someone with spiritual training.
Ah, so he should theoretically be resistant to this kind of weird, mystical attack. He might be the counter.
You'd think so. He's trained. He should understand these sorts of unorthodox methods.
So Tianhua challenges Zheng Lun. How does that fight go?
Zheng Lun seems to recognize Tianhua's nature, perhaps sees he's dealing with someone different. They fight, but it's quick. Less than 10 rounds.
And then, does Zheng Lun use the nose beams again?
He does. Quickly deploys the white light and the hum.
And Tianhua, the Taoist adept.
Same result. Instantly disoriented, falls from his mount, captured by the crow soldiers, just like his father.
Wow. So even Taoist training is no defense against this nasal weapon. It's just unstoppable.
It seems that way, at least against these first 2 challengers. It's proving incredibly effective. It renders even trained resistance completely useless.
So now Jiang Xia has lost Huang Feihu and his son, Huang Tianhua, 2 major figures, captured.
And think about Xia's position now. He's utterly confused. Feihu swore Su Hu would defect.
Right, this was supposed to be a fake fight.
Exactly. But now Su Hu's general, Zheng Lun, has just taken out 2 of Xiqi's most important leaders using some kind of bizarre sorcery. It looks like full-blown war.
But there's still ambiguity, isn't there? What's Su Hu doing with the prisoners?
That's the crucial point, keeping Xia guessing. Su Hu isn't executing Feihu and Tianhua. He's just holding them prisoner in the rear camp.
Treating them like valuable captives, maybe awaiting orders from King Zhu, but not harming them.
Exactly. They're confined. And the text even shows Huang Tiano is put with his father, and Fei Hu tells his son not to despair, but to endure and think of repaying the country.
So even the captives seem to sense this isn't final. They're playing along with the temporary situation.
It seems like it. Su Hu's underlying intention, his reluctance to truly harm potential allies, is still kind of bleeding through, despite Zhang Lin's devastating efficiency.
But Xia can't just wait around hoping Su Hu finally gets his act together. He's lost 2 key generals to this left side sorcery, as the text might call it.
No, he needs a counter strategy. The game has fundamentally changed. Conventional tactics aren't working against Zhang Lin.
So Xiqi needs its own specialists.
Precisely. And that's who steps up next. 2 very interesting figures. Tu Xingsun.
Known as the Earth-traveling grandson. That name alone suggests unique abilities.
Right. Clearly not a standard infantryman. And the other is the female general, Ding Shanyu.
And her description is also quite striking, isn't it? Signals another shift.
Very much so. Born of woven brocade, slender, graceful, but destined for great fame in Western Qi. It sets the stage for a new kind of confrontation, possibly more skill-based or specialized, against Zhang Lin's power.
This absurdity, as you called it. Zhang Lin, this imposing figure, rides out. And who does he meet?
He meets a fighter named Tu Xingsun, and the immediate thing is Tu Xingsun is notably short.
Short. Okay, is this like strategic or just odd? Why him first?
Well, it immediately signals that normal rules, conventional strength, probably don't apply here. Zhang Lin sees him and just starts mocking him.
What does he say?
Calls him infant-like. Says he still has his baby hairs. Pure battlefield humiliation tactics.
Trying to psych him out from the start. But does it work? Is the dwarf intimidated?
Doesn't seem like it. He's got this iron rod, right?
Yeah.
And he's smart. He knows he can't easily reach the general way up on his mount.
So what does he do?
He goes for the only target he can easily reach.
Yeah.
The hooves of Zhang Lin's massive golden-eyed beast.
Huh. That's actually pretty clever. Pure battlefield pragmatism. Go for the mount.
It is. And Zhang Lin realizes, you know, this tiny guy is actually awkward to fight. He's struggling to strike down effectively. He gets a bit anxious.
So conventional fighting isn't working smoothly.
Exactly. Which forces him to use his special trick, his terrifying secret technique.
Okay, here we go. This is where Fengshin Yanyi gets really wild. What is Zhang Lin's signature move?
It's called a hum magic. It's not about swords or spears.
Okay.
He unleashes this like spray of bright white light from his nose, and he makes a sound, a hum.
White light from his nose.
Yeah, and this isn't just light. It's designed to hit the spirit, the soul. It causes Tu Xingsun to just collapse instantly. His soul and spirit scatter, as the text says.
Okay, that's effective.
Totally. Works perfectly. The Crow soldiers, his special troops rush in and bind Tu Xingsun.
So, battle 1, enemy captured. Seems straightforward enough, despite the weird magic.
Right. Su Hu, the Marquis, brings the captive in and declares, "This dunce is useless, execute him." Standard procedure, you'd think.
But I sense a but coming.
But the captured Tu Xingsun just laughs. And this is where we get the vanishing act. The moment that proves, conventional rules are out the window.
What happens?
He's unbound, looks at the soldiers about to kill him, and basically says, "You won't let me go. Fine, I'll go myself."
Then look.
He just twists his body and vanishes.
Right there.
In front of everyone. Like a shadow caught in the wind, gone without a trace.
Goodbye.
Poof. Soldiers are stunned.
And the text points this out, right? This isn't normal.
Explicitly. It says this is the unique power of the immortal secret teachings. It confirms the Zhu side has powers way beyond normal military stuff.
So Su Hu is left standing there watching his prisoner literally dissolve into thin air. That must have been demoralizing.
Absolutely. A total failure and a huge shock. And this humiliation, it really fuels the next encounter.
Zhang Lin must be furious.
Oh, yeah. He goes back out, determined to prove his power isn't a fluke. And this time, he targets a female general, Ding Shanyu.
Okay, another Zhu warrior. How does this fight go?
It's quick, but painful. For Zhang Lin, that is. Ding Shanyu challenges him, seems to engage, but then pulls a really fast retreat.
A feint.
Looks like it. And Zhang Lin, maybe still rattled from the vanishing act, doesn't see the danger coming. He pursues.
And that's his mistake.
His second big mistake that day. As she's riding away, she doesn't counter with a spear or sword. She uses her artifact, the 5-colored stone.
A hidden weapon.
Exactly. And a key, she just throws it over her shoulder while retreating.
And connects.
Bang, hits Zhang Lin right in the face.
Ouch. That's gotta hurt. Physically and, ego-wise.
Definitely. And the text adds this pretty blunt comment here. It notes something like, hidden weapons always injure people, and women are even more vicious. Kind of a harsh generalization.
Yeah, reflects a certain bias in the source, maybe. But the result is clear.
Result is Zhang Lun is wounded, he's demoralized again, and he's forced to retreat.
So part 1 ends with total failure for the Shang side. Lost prisoner, main warrior injured by a surprise attack.
Complete failure. It sets up part 2 perfectly. Zhang Lun wants revenge, but he's about to face someone way out of his league.
He goes back demanding to fight Deng Chanyu again, the woman who hit him with the stone.
Yes, but Zhang Zia, the Zhu strategist, he's smart. He sees Zhang Lun is looking for payback against her specifically.
So he escalates.
Big time. He sends out Neza instead.
Neza. Okay, now we're talking serious mythological power. This isn't just another general.
Not at all. Neza is basically a deity in warrior form.
Yeah.
This is a major test. And the description of their battle is intense, like the sea boiling and the river turning, terrifying gods and ghosts.
So Neza arrives in style, I assume.
Oh, yeah. He's got his windfire wheels for transport, his fire-tipped spear, the whole divine kit.
And Zhang Lun, he must know he's in trouble. What does he do?
He has to throw everything he has at Neza. He brings out his crow soldiers again, and crucially, he tries his hum magic, the white light from the nose.
Okay, here it is. The moment of truth for his special power. The move that took down Tu Xingsun.
Exactly. And this is the real aha moment, like you said.
He uses the hum.
He tries it once. White light, sound, nothing. Neza is completely unaffected.
Nothing at all.
Not a thing. So Zhang Lun panics a bit, thinks, my teacher's secret method always worked. Why is it failing now?
He tries it again.
He does. Tries it a second time. Still no effect.
Why? Why doesn't it work on Neza?
Well, the story is showing us a clear power hierarchy. Zhang Lun's magic, learned from his master, it works on mortals or maybe lower-level cultivators like Tu Xingsun. It affects their, let's say, mundane spirit.
But Neza is different.
Neza's divine. He's on a whole other level. His connection to the cosmic order, his fundamental nature, just makes him immune to that kind of spiritual attack.
So it's not just that Neza is strong, it's that the type of power Zhang Lun uses is ineffective against divinity. The rules are clear.
Precisely. Mortal magic, even secret techniques, hits a ceiling against true divine power.
Zhang Lun must be desperate now. Does he try again?
He tries a third time, just can't believe it's failing.
And Neza's reaction?
Neza just laughs at him, mocks him, saying, what sickness are you suffering from? Why do you keep humming?
Oh, that's not just immunity, that's psychological warfare. Rubbing it in.
Totally seals the defeat on that front. Zhang Lun's ultimate weapon is useless, and now he knows it.
So what happens then? Do they keep fighting conventionally?
They do. They fight for another 30 rounds or so, spears clashing. But the playing field is totally uneven now. Zhang Lun's confidence is shot, and Neza is, well, Neza.
And Neza finishes it.
Yes. He uses another one of his famous artifacts, the Qiqi circle.
The Qiqi circle, like a cosmic ring.
Exactly. He throws this ring, it flies through the air.
And hits Zhang Lun.
Strikes him hard in the back. The injury is devastating, broken tendons, broken bones. Jin Donguzi.
Wow. So it's not just a weapon, it's symbolic too, maybe.
I think so. The Qiqi circle represents universal order, cosmic balance. When it strikes Zhang Lun, it's like the universe itself confirming his magic, his side, is failing. It's more than just a physical blow.
The magical general is completely taken out, physically broken, his special power useless.
Decisively neutralized. But, that physical defeat, crushing as it is, it's almost the setup for the real drama.
Right, because the most painful blow wasn't the cosmic ring, was it? It was the conversation waiting for him back in camp.
Exactly. This leads us straight into part 3, the philosophical showdown.
We shift from the battlefield chaos to the ethics of command. Su Hu, the Marquis, comes to see his wounded general, Zhang Lun.
Right. And Su Hu sees this whole mess, the failed magic, Zhang Lun's terrible injuries, the vanishing prisoner, not just as bad luck, but as proof.
Proof of what?
Proof of a much bigger principle, that heaven's will, Qianming Yu Zai, is against the Shang dynasty.
The mandate of heaven argument. Su Hu's being the pragmatist here.
The ultimate pragmatist. He's saying, look, everything is going wrong, the signs are clear, why keep fighting a losing battle against fate itself?
Does he back this up? Or is it just, let's surrender?
Oh, he backs it up. He uses the core political theory that the Zhu themselves were using to justify their rebellion.
Which is?
He brings up ancient history, the succession of the legendary emperors Yao, Shun, and Yu. He argues the mandate, the right to rule, always went to the wisest and most virtuous, not automatically to the son.
So virtue over bloodline, applying ancient ideals to the current mess.
Precisely. But then he gets more current.
Okay, but wait a second. Is citing ancient heroes and, high-minded theory just a convenient excuse for him? Is Suhu looking for a way out, trying to justify switching sides?
That's the tension, isn't it? Is it genuine political wisdom or self-serving opportunism dressed up in morality? The text lets you see both possibilities.
Okay, so one of his more current examples.
He points to high-profile defections that have already happened. Guys like Huang Feihu and Deng Zhigong, big names who switched from Shang to Zhu.
And his point is
that their switch wasn't dishonorable betrayal. It was justified because, according to Suhu, King Zhu of Shang is immoral, while King Wu of Zhu is virtuous. So defecting was the right thing to do, aligning with virtue.
Following the moral tide, essentially.
Yeah. His core message boils down to recognize the opportunity, Jianji, see which way the wind is blowing, and act according to the times. Shen Xing Xing Xing.
And he has a saying for this.
A classic one. He who follows heaven prospers. He who opposes heaven perishes. Shen Tianji Cheng, Tianji Wang. So his proposal is logical. Let's defect to Zhu, save ourselves, save our men, achieve peace.
It's a pretty compelling argument, you have to admit, based on precedent, morality, and pure survival instinct.
Very compelling. Especially to a commander, seeing his forces battered and his best warrior broken. But Zheng Lun, he's not having it.
Even wounded, facing likely death if they keep fighting.
Even then. He rejects Suhu's pragmatic logic with this fierce, absolute moral conviction.
What's his argument against defecting?
He draws a sharp line. He says, Suhu isn't like Huang Feihu or Deng Zhigong. Why? Because Suhu is a national relative, a Goqi. He's related by marriage or blood to King Zhu himself.
Ah, so there's a personal connection, a deeper obligation.
Exactly. Zhang Lun argues that betraying the king from whom you've received so much favor, especially because times are tough, would be fundamentally wrong. It's unrighteous, bu yi, and inhumane, bu ren.
So for Zheng Lun, personal loyalty and honor tied to past favors outweigh the shifting political tides or even the perceived will of heaven.
Completely. It becomes a clash between personal integrity and, well, dynastic destiny. Zheng Lun believes his bond, his received kindness, that trumps everything else. He refuses to stain his heart.
And he has that incredibly powerful quote, doesn't he? The one that really defines his stance.
He does. It's unforgettable. He basically says, my neck may be severed, but my heart cannot be polluted. Kijin Kidwan Sinboku.
Wow. That's absolute commitment. My physical body might be destroyed, but my inner integrity, my loyalty, remains untouched.
It's incredibly powerful. He essentially tells Suhu, you can defect if you want, but only after I'm dead.
He says that.
Pretty much, if I die in the morning, you can go to Zhu in the morning. It's his way of saying, my loyalty is non-negotiable, even if it costs my life, and yours should be too, but if not, you wait till I'm gone.
Suhu gets back to his tent, and his first move isn't about war plans at all, is it?
Not at all. First thing, he orders Huang Feihu and his son, who they'd captured earlier, to be released immediately. That's a massive signal, and he doesn't just free them. Suhu bows to Huang Feihu, apologizes for even having fought against Zhu, and confesses he's wanted to defect for ages. He basically admits taking the mission was just his way to find the right moment to switch.
Wow. Okay, so that's a huge reveal. How does Huang Feihu take this news? Must be quite a relief.
Oh, absolutely delighted. He praises Suhu's Shende, his great virtue. It basically confirms that Suhu flipping was exactly what Zhang Zia and the Zhu leadership were hoping for. It really validates Suhu's decision, leaving a corrupt regime behind.
So the door's open, Suhu's ready, Zhu is ready, but it all grinds to a halt because of one person.
That's right. The big obstacle is his own general, Zheng Lun. Suhu lays it out for Huang Feihu. Zheng Lun is just completely stubbornly refusing to even consider defecting. Suhu says he tried everything, arguments about destiny, the mandate of heaven, historical shifts, you name it. But Zheng Lun, he's just fiercely loyal to Shang. That's it.
That's such an interesting conflict, isn't it? Suhu's operating on this higher moral, historical level, maybe. But Zheng Lun is stuck on immediate personal loyalty. Is Suhu's principled stance actually a strategic weakness here? He can't move forward because he won't just eliminate his subordinate.
It definitely makes things tricky, which is why Huang Feihu, focused on winning the war, gives some pretty blunt advice. He acknowledges Suhu's virtue, sure, but then says, easy, fast. This chance won't last forever. And Huang Feihu's take is clear. Reasoning won't work.
You gotta use a stratagem to get him out of the picture.
A necessary evil, maybe? Loyalty to the bigger cause, the zoo, has to trump loyalty to this one guy.
Yep.
Okay, so after that advice, Suhu reaches out. He does. He sends Huang Feihu back to West Qiqi under the cover of darkness. The text is specific. Songgong, 3 hours past midnight. Super secretive. The message for Prime Minister Zheng Zia is basically, get ready, we're coming over, let's coordinate.
Right, setting the stage. So then Suhu and his son, Xi Quanzong, they hammer out the actual plan to neutralize Zheng Lun. How are they planning to do this without just killing him, given Suhu's, moral hang-ups?
They found an angle. Zheng Lun was badly injured at the time, so the plan was for Xi Quanzong to write to Zheng Zia, arrange a fake night raid at Jiang by Zhu forces. The goal wasn't to hurt Zheng Lun in the chaos, but to capture him, take him off the board, alive.
Hold on, let's emphasize that, because this really tells you about Suhu, doesn't it? Even while planning this high-stakes defection, he specifically tells his son they need to preserve him, save him. Why? Because he thinks Zheng Lun is fundamentally a good person.
It's quite something. He's ready to betray his emperor, his whole country, basically. But he draws the line at sacrificing a subordinate, just because that subordinate is loyal to the wrong side. It shows his motives aren't just political convenience. There's a real personal code there. So the plan is set. Next day. Swift, surgical, capture, not kill.
And, in a normal world, without magic and gods running around, that probably would have worked perfectly.
But yeah, this isn't a normal world, is it? The source makes it clear this careful, morally weighted plan gets completely smashed just hours before it happens. And it's not a military blunder. It's destiny, maybe. Manifesting through, of all things, Zheng Lun's intense pain.
Right. The focus shifts back to Zheng Lun, suffering from that injury. What exactly was wrong with him, and why is his pain the trigger here?
He'd been hit by Naize's, the cosmic ring. This isn't just a physical wound. It's magical. It's causing him agony. The text says, Dajus, he's crying out all night, can't rest. His suffering is so intense, it seems to, punch a hole through reality for the supernatural to step in.
And right on cue, a guard reports someone arriving, a really strange figure. A Taoist priest with 3 eyes in great red robes. Not your average visitor.
And here's where Suhu makes a critical diplomatic error, really. He's a military guy, not steeped in the etiquette of dealing with powerful Taoist cultivators. He doesn't use the polite term kyung, which means please invite. It's essential when addressing someone like this.
What does he say instead?
He just gives an order.
Yeah.
Bring him in. Like he's summoning a junior officer.
Oof. That's not going to go over well.
Not at all. For a major Qi cultivator, that's a serious slight. It basically sours the interaction from the get-go. The Taoist feels disrespected, enters reluctantly, thinking, I can't really refuse Shengong Bao who sent me, but this guy.
And this Taoist, he introduces himself pretty dramatically, I assume.
Well, yeah, standard practice. He recites a poem identifying himself. Lu Yu, a Qi cultivator from Nine Dragon Island. Crucially, he's from the Ji Jiao, the interception sect. Now, you need to understand, the Ji Jiao are the main mystical allies of the Shang. They're rivals of the Chan Jiao, the explanation sect, who backed the Zhu. So Lu Yu showing up, it means the conflict just escalated, big time, from politics to, magic war.
And he gets involved immediately, doesn't he? Here's Zheng Lun crying out.
Instantly. While he's talking to Suhu, he hears the cries, asks to see Zheng Lun right away, takes one look, diagnoses it as a new wound, whips out a hulu, grinds up a pill with water, applies it, and boom.
Just like that. The plan that hinged on Zheng Lun being injured, gone.
Instantly healed. Miraculous cure. The description is vivid. Zheng Lun felt relief, like sweet dew soaking into his heart. Pain gone, completely restored by the stranger's magic.
Wow. I mean, put yourself in Suhu's shoes. You've agonized over this defection, this careful plan, and then some 3-eyed dude walks in with basically a magic potion and completely undoes the linchpin of your entire strategy in 5 minutes.
Exactly. And the fallout for Suhu is immediate and devastating. Zheng Lun is so overcome with gratitude, this guy just saved him from agony. He bows down right there and declares Lu Yu his master, his loyalty. It flips instantly. Not to Suhu, not to Sheng anymore, but to the powerful mystic who healed it.
So Suhu's plan is just toast, completely ruined. He must have been furious.
Oh, the text says he laments how this Taoist's arrival wrecked everything. He calls the situation Zheng Lun, deeply hateful, utterly frustrating. The very morality that made him want to save Zheng Lun now directly leads to his plan's failure. It's brutal irony. #J3, the formation of the new mystical threat. And this failure, it marks a permanent shift. Lu Yu isn't thinking about normal warfare now. He actually delays attacking West Qi, says he's waiting for his 4 disciples. With them, victory is guaranteed.
Right, the whole calculation changes, doesn't it? It's not about troop numbers or strategy anymore. It's suddenly about who has the more powerful magic users on their side. And sure enough, these 4 disciples show up.
And they're described as genuinely terrifying. Huge guys. The source gives a measurement like 1 zhang and 6 or 7 chi tall. Really imposing. They move like tigers and wolves, eyes flashing, yoo! And their faces are different colors, blue, yellow, red, black. Clearly marking them as something other, not normal soldiers.
And they were late for a reason, weren't they? Not just traffic on the way.
Precisely. One of them explains they were held up finishing their ugfazu,
Yeah.
their objects of attack, magical weapons. So they weren't just delayed, they were waiting for their supernatural artillery to be ready. These aren't reinforcements, they're WMDs, basically.
And Zheng Lun, the guy Su Hu tried to save, he's right there greeting these terrifying figures as his new brothers. His transformation is total.
Lu Yu introduces them. Zhu Xin, Li Qi, Zhu Tianlin, Yang Wenwei. Now his squad is complete, armed with, who knows what kind of power. And Lu Yu doesn't waste time drawing up battle plans. He just points one of his disciples towards West Qi and says, go.